بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل إن كنتم تحبون الله فاتبعوني يحببكم الله ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم والله غفور رحيم صدق الله العظيم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. As we all know, we are currently in the month of Rabbi Awwal, the month in which Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was born. And we see that during this month, many things happen. And today I don't want to speak about the permissibility of such things or whatever goes on. All I want to do is speak about what we should be doing as Muslims. Doesn't matter which month of the year, but with this important month being the month in which Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was born, the first question that we have to ask ourselves is, do I love my Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? This is the first question. Each and every one of us, if I was to ask everybody individually, do you love your Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? What will we reply with? What do we reply with? Yes. Yes, of course we love Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And the second question after that is, do my actions show that I love the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? Do the way I deal with people show that I love Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? Does my whole life revolve around the teachings of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? That the way that this deen was taught to Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, am I trying to better myself? Am I trying to become a better Muslim? Am I acting upon what Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam commanded us to do? This is the question that has to be asked. You know, there's always so many arguments going on. Is this permissible? Is this impermissible? You know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to ask each and every one of us ourselves. We ourselves have to stand in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we have to answer the questions. So much time gets spent in arguing with others that you should do this and you should do that and you should do this and you should do that. But we forget, you know, this is one of the tricks of shaitan as well. Shaitan, he gets us involved in arguments where a lot of time gets wasted, and right at the end of the argument everyone is still in the same place. Nobody has made a decision. So there is sometimes where you have to become a little bit selfish. You have to become selfish and you have to think, what is best for me? What does my Allah want from me? What does Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam want from me as an ummati? You know, in this month what will happen is there will be gatherings everywhere that people will speak about the life of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. This is a great thing. That we should go, we should sit, we should learn about Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Learn about the life of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. How much information do we actually know about Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? Do we know how many wives Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam had? Do we know their names? Do we know how many children Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam had? How many sons, how many daughters? All these things. These are the things which we, you know, a person, if he truly is in love with Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he knows every single detail about that. He knows every single detail about Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Today if we were to ask the youngsters about footballers, about celebrities, they'll tell you everything, full details. That this is this and this is that, he has this many people, he knows all the details about the person. Now we claim to love Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and this is how we are able to measure if we love Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam truly or not. Of course, in each and everyone's heart, you know, we have that respect for Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. If we hear anybody saying anything bad about Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, straight away we will say, do not say this about my Rasul. And this is something which is very good. This is to show that you have Iman, alhamdulillah. This is show that you have Iman. There are many people who they're not able to stick up for Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. But we, alhamdulillah, as Muslims, we believe that Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is the best of all mankind. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam came to teach us how to live in this world. This is how we have to follow in the footsteps of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. There was a Sahabi by the name of Hazrat Thawban radiallahu ta'ala anhu. He was a servant of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, one day he set him free. He goes, Thawban, you are free. And Thawban radiallahu anhu, he had so much love for Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. He got so happy. He got very happy when Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, yes, you can go and be free. But still every single day, 2, 3, 4 times a day, he would come to see Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. He would look at his face and he would get happy. And he mentioned to him, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, I get so happy when I see your face. I have to see your face. My day doesn't go past until I see your face. So when we look into, many of the Sahaba radiallahu anhum, they mentioned the same thing, that, we had to be in the company of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So one day Thawban radiallahu ta'ala anhu goes to see Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam is not there. When he finally does see Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, his face is all sad. His face is all sad, and Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam asks him, "Oh Thawban, why are you sad today?" He said, "Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, when I came to see you today, you were not there. And then it came to me that one day you're not going to be here. One day I am going to die. One day you will not be here. And then I thought that, what's going to happen in the Akhirah, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to put you in the highest of, in Jannatul Firdaus. How will I get to see you on that day?" So this made me really sad. I don't know what will I do. It is not a want, it is a need of mine. I have to see you. I have to be able to see you. As soon as Thawban radiallahu ta'ala an asked this question to Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Jibreel alayhi salam came down and revealed the ayah, وَمَن يُطِعِ اللَّهَ وَالرَّسُولَ فَأُولَٰئِكَ مَعَ الَّذِينَ أَنْعَمَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِمْ مِنَ النَّبِيِّينَ وَالصِّدِّيقِينَ وَالشُّهَدَاءِ وَالصَّالِحِينَ. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in this ayah, that whoever follows Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he will be amongst those. Who will he be amongst? وَالنَّبِيِّينَ مِنَ النَّبِيِّينَ. He will be amongst those who are messengers, وَالصِّدِّيقِينَ, those who are truthful, وَالشُّهَدَاء, those who are the martyrs, وَالصَّالِحِينَ, and the righteous ones. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He said that whoever truly loves Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who truly loves Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, for that person, he will be in the company of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. What more, what can be more beautiful than this? And so much so that, Hazrat Thawban radiallahu ta'ala, he got so happy when this ayah was revealed. And all of the other Sahaba radiallahu anhum ajma'een, even Hazrat Anas radiallahu ta'ala anhu mentions that when this ayah was revealed, we got so happy knowing that we will be able to be in the company of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And not only that, but whenever Thawban radiallahu ta'ala anhu would read this ayah, he would say to everyone, this ayah was revealed because of me. I asked this question, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that we will be able to be in the company of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. This month is all about learning about Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Whenever we hear that there is a program on about talking about the life of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, we should go and run. We should run towards these programs. We need to learn about our Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. This is very important. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam mentions in a hadith, al-mar'u ma'a man ahabba, that a person will be with whom he loves. Now we say that we love Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. We really do love Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. But do my actions show that I love Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? The way I speak and conversate with people, is it the way that Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam taught us? When Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam used to speak to somebody, he would turn his full body towards the person. He would listen to the person. He would never cut off a person. He would listen to each and every word. He would make him feel like he is the most important person in the world. This is the sunnah of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam always spoke gently with people. Always spoke gently with people. He would never be rude. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam would never be arrogant. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, each and every action of his was the best that could be possible. This is our Nabi. Think about it. This is our Nabi. We are in the ummah of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Each and every person, each and every prophet, they asked to be in this ummah. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chose each and every one of us. Now you might be sitting there thinking, yes, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chose you specifically. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala picked you and said, this person will be in the ummah of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. This is how important each and every one of you are. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has seen something in us. This is why we are in the ummah. Just imagine we are the last ummah to come into the dunya. But when we are standing in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it's like when you go to the theme parks and you have a fast track ticket. This is what it is. We will be in the fast track. We'll have a fast track ticket that's straight. Those of you who will be going to Jannah, will be from this ummah first. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will say, bring the ummatis of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam forward. Let them all go. The people, they will turn around, who are these people? These are the ummatis of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. We have been chosen to be a ummah of the greatest of mankind. This is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has showed His mercy upon me. Once Hazrat Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu came to Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and he said, Ya Rasulullah, Ya Rasulullah, I love you so much more than everything but myself. I love you so much more than everything but myself. I love myself more than you. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, La yu'min. You haven't truly believed. You haven't truly believed until you love me more than everything else. That you love me more than your family, you love me more than your parents, you love me more than your wealth, everything that you have. This is the stage that we have to reach. And we have to reach the stage where Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is more beloved to us than everything that we have. How many of us can say that this is the state of me today? I myself, I cannot say it. You know, we all make mistakes. We are all weak. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made us with these qualities. But all Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to see from us is, can my servant try better? Can my servant be a better person? Can my servant show that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one that He wants to, you know, our job is to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala only. قُلْ إِن كُنْتُمْ تُحِبُّونَ اللَّهِ. See, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam say, قُلْ إِن كُنْتُمْ تُحِبُّونَ اللَّهِ. If you truly love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, فَاتَّبِعُونِ. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, follow me. فَاتَّبِعُونِ. Act upon my footsteps. قُلْ إِن كُنْتُمْ تُحِبُّونَ اللَّهَ فَاتَّبِعُونِ يُحْبِبْكُمُ اللَّهُ وَيَغْفِرْ لَكُمْ ذُنُوبَكُمْ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. If we follow the footsteps of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, of course Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be pleased with us. And when we act upon what Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam does, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, I will forgive your sins that you have been making. Inna Allah ghafurur rahim. Very Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the most forgiving. This is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala giving us an idea. You know, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he came into this dunya. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, you know, there are so many miracles that we can mention about Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. I'll mention a few. Just when Nabi sallallahu, the norm of the Arabs was that when they were younger, when the children were younger, they would send the children away out into the deserts, and they would be looked after by other women. So they were in the open spaces of the desert. They would get the fresh air and so they'd be able to play around. So Hazrat Halima Sadiya radiallahu anha was the one who was chosen to look after Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And the habit was that the people, they would go around, the women, they would come into the cities and they would see that which child can we take. And so they would look at those that had, they'd say that how can I get the most benefit? So how can I get the most money? From which child can I get the most money? Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam did not have a father. That is why, you know, most of the women, they went away that this person, this child, he does not have a father, so let's just move on. So Hazrat Halima radiallahu anha, she came, she saw Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and then she walked away again. And it came into her mind something, it was that attracted her back to Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And she said to Hazrat Amina radiallahu anha that I will take Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and I will look after him. So on the journey to Makkah, Hazrat Halima's donkey, it was the slowest. And when it was time to go back to the village, you know, the women, they were complaining about before, and we have to wait for so long for Halima Sadiya radiallahu anha's donkey to come and catch up. But on the way back, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was with Hazrat Halima radiallahu anha, and her donkey went so fast back to the village. They thought, is that the same donkey that you had before? And this was just one of the miracles that Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, it showed that Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was going to be the Prophet. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was the true messenger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Another thing is that, you know, the animals that she had, when it was time to give milk, they were giving so much milk than usual. Before, she had her own son as well, and she had Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Before, she used to find it difficult just to give milk to her own son. But now she had so much milk. When the people saw this, they said, let's send our animals to the same place where Halima Sadiya sends her animals to graze as well. But it did not have any effect. That Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he came and he showed so many different things. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he is the one that we need to follow. I can't express this as much as needs to, but we have to understand that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chose us to be in the ummah of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And it is our job that whenever, this month, I reiterate that this month it is going to happen a lot, that we will hear that there is a program here where there is a speech about Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We have to go and we have to sit. We have to listen to the life of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The only way that our love for Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam can grow is if we hear about the life of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. All the sacrifices that he went through, and each and every sacrifice was for who? It was for us, his ummah. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam's past and future sins had already been forgiven. He's infallible, not able to make any sin, but still Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when as the Aisha radiallahu anha asked Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam that, Ya Rasulullah, each and every one of your sins have already been forgiven. Why do you stand up in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala every night? He said, should a servant not be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Look at this lesson to learn from Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given him everything. He's told him, if you want the mount of Uhud to be turned into gold for you, I'll make that happen. But he said, no, don't want anything in this dunya. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam just wanted each and every one of us to be on the right path. This is all that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guides each and every one of us. We read it in our salah every single day, Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to keep us on the right path. And we have to, on a side note, just today, a friend of mine who I used to study with, he was 23 years old. Today, he had cancer and he passed away today. So he's a young boy, 23 years old. And this is what we are. We spend so much time that dunya. We forget that this dunya is nothing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can take us away anytime whatsoever. His cancer, it got so bad that his whole body it wasn't reacting to anything. His heart wasn't functioning properly. And his sister explained to him what the situation was. And he said, don't worry, it's going to be okay. And he started reciting the kalima. This is what we want. This is, to be in a situation where we understand that everything, we have to go back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. That we are Allah's. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said to us that, oh my servant, you are mine. Do what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asks from us. This is what we need to do. Each and every one of us, nobody knows when our time to go is going to go. But wallahi, it is very, we have to stand in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the truth. We have to go into the grave. This is the truth. This is all haqq. That is not made up. It's not came from any book. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are going to be in that grave alone by ourselves. Nobody is going to be there for us. Today we run around, we try so much to help one another, but we need to, we put everyone else before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We forget what our duty is to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Let's not forget that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who comes first. And I have to do what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asks from me first before anything else. Everyone else will come after. We don't have to stand in front of our family members and answer to them. We have to stand in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will say, oh my servant, you were commanded to pray your 5 times salah every single day. Did you pray it or not? This is the questions that we are going to be asked. If we do not live our life in the way that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded us, if we do not live in our life the way Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has taught us, if we do not follow in these footsteps, then where are we going to go for help? We have to ask ourselves that, how is my Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala pleased with me? How can I make Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala pleased with me? Small steps we have to take, small steps. Turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala set the best of examples for us, the best of role models. Look into the life of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Whenever there are programs around this month, go and listen to the life of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Think about, today is so easy for us as well. We have the internet. We can listen to the life of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Instead of wasting our time on futile things, open a book, read about the life of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. When we read about the qualities of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the love for Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam will increase in our heart, and we will try to become more like Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Today we are finding it difficult because we know nothing about Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. This is where the problem is. I make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He gives us the tawfiq to read more about the life of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to listen more about the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to bring more of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam sunnahs into our life. Ameen wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Perform sunnahs, please. Please can all move forward, please, and fill in any gaps.